What up, Rockstars? So we are here with Michael Imai, the other half of the chatbot
Robots.
the robots.
Robots.
Yeah, one more
BRO.
All right, so we're here in the garden, the silent garden. Make your first $1 million by the age of 23. Number one, focus more on the why you're doing it than the how. What's up, Rockstars?
What's up?
I'm here with Michael Imai, the other half of the Brobots. Him and Felix have a business together, digital agency and whatnot. This guy's such a stud over here, just crushing it. He's here in the Philippines. Every restaurant we go, every girl's asking for his Instagram, so we're gonna put his Instagram here. So y'all just stop asking already. But Mike, man, tell me about tell me a little bit about yourself, man. You're to this industry.
So for me, it really started, entrepreneurship started because I just didn't like working in a restaurant. Like I was working in a steakhouse for 4 years and it was the worst feeling. I felt dead inside because it was doing the same thing over and over and over. And so I was looking for a way to make money, but to also have the freedom to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And so I would be like Googling things online, looking at YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to make money online and be able to travel the world doing the same thing.
And so what did you find? So how are you? So because I think a lot of people feel the way that you feel. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people feel stuck. A lot of people, they work in restaurants or whatever, right? They want to find a way to make money. So what is the one thing that you did differently that maybe other people can go ahead and take action that are watching right now, that you did that made that change, that flipped the switch for you to actually do something and not only just do something, actually become successful at it.
So the first step that I took was I invested into my own education. So I invested into a mentor and I learned how to, instead of trying to figure it out on my own, I found someone who already had the results that I wanted. So at the time, it was someone who had built an online business selling Shopify dropshipping. So I paid him and he was mentoring me on how to start a store online, how to order products from China and have it shipped over without holding any inventory. And that was the best decision I ever made in my life because I was able to go from zero to 6 figures in a matter of just a few months. And imagine how much longer that process would have taken if I tried to figure everything out on my own and reinvent the wheel.
I love what you said though. He invested in himself, right? I think it was Jim Rohn said it's better to invest in yourself than into your business or whatever. You need to invest into yourself, right? So it's if you're gonna chop down a tree with a spoon, it'll probably take you a decade, right? But if you have a chainsaw, you just knock it down in minutes. So that's the difference of having that knowledge, right? And you invest it into yourself, and I think that's probably the best investment people can do. And so what are some of the things that you did to get that knowledge or invest in? I know you said you got a mentor, but I mean, was it cheap? Was it did you just, or did you have to take a leap of faith to do this, or was it something that was hey, I have $5, so I'm gonna invest in a mentor? Or was it shit, man, I really want to change, so I have to do something different in order to get something different?
Right. So if I'm understanding your question correctly, there's many different ways to...
I don't know how to explain my question, sorry.
There's very different levels of investing into your own education, right? So there's something as simple as a book, right? Or even as simple as a Google search online, which is cheap, it's free, it's available to everybody. But when it comes to finding a very specific skill set, you have to pay and be willing to pay a high ticket price to get quality, right? You're paying for the quality, you're paying for someone's time most of the time. So someone like Jason, if I were to come up to him and say, hey man, $5, will you teach me how to do what you're doing? he's not gonna want to do that because he could make $5. I mean,
mean,
$5 doesn't really mean.
I mean,
much. Does that make
I'm gonna
sense?
want to do it. I just don't think I can afford to do it because time is money, and I have other students that I'm coaching. But yeah, no, I feel you, bro. And so, would you say that you've invested thousands of dollars into your education in order to make 10x or 20x what you invested?
Yeah, I've invested probably over $20,000 into online courses, coaching programs, mentorship, and
Damn,
I've made-
$20,000. So like, because there's people watching this right now that they don't know your situation. Like they're probably like, oh, maybe this is some rich kid. Maybe like he's sitting on money. He had $20,000 underneath his mattress. Like, how the hell did you get that money, bro? Like, are you just balling? Like, are you from Crazy Rich Asians? Are you like a K-pop star? Like, how do you have that kind of money, bro?
Yeah, I'm the son of a billionaire.
There you go.
So I would work and I would count up and save up 90% of my paychecks, and I would save up for like 3 to 4 weeks at a time just to afford one course for like say $500 to $1,000. And so it took time. Like I was working 40 hours a week at a restaurant, going to school in the daytime, saving all my money so that I could invest into this. And it literally started from I couldn't even pay my car insurance at the time because I was investing into my education. So no, I definitely wasn't born into a lot of money, and it was definitely a struggle.
All right. So talk to me about mindset, because obviously your mindset is different. You know what I mean? Like you think differently. So talk to me about mindset. Like how do you view life, man? Like it's just crazy. Like you're in college. You're in a third world country right now. Your partner said that you guys are looking to move here. Like tell me about your mindset, bro.
Okay, so the way that I view life is that it all comes down to being true to yourself and what you really want. A lot of people do things because they feel guilty or they feel like they have to do it. And I was at a point in my life back a few years ago where I was very unhappy because I felt like I was doing things for other people, like going to school, working a job, and it wasn't making me happy or feeling fulfilled inside. So I tried my very best to invest into mentors who helped to teach me about how to center your life or to center what you do around the lifestyle that you want to achieve.
Absolutely.
So like for me, I like to travel. I want to explore and experience new things. And if I'm working at a restaurant, I won't be able to do that, right? If I got a business degree and I was sitting in an office where I had to work 40 hours with 2 weeks of vacation, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I think that's the biggest mistake, though. I think as entrepreneurs, a lot of people, they have a skill set and they start a business in that skill set, right? And I think that's just the wrong way to look at it. Like if you read the book like E-Myth, right? It talks about understanding what you value most. What you said, like what do you love the most? What do you value the most? And if you take what you value the most and you build your business around that and you build it around the life that you want, then you're never ever truly working. You know what I mean? Like there's no need for work-life balance because you're creating your life. You know what I mean? Like I believe that you control your own reality. And I think you feel the same way. And that's just a huge mistake that people make. It's like they just, I can make money doing this. I can make money doing that. No, you have to start with exactly what you said. What is your highest value? Figure out your highest value. Build down from there.
Right. So do this, guys. Take 5 minutes and just think about your reason why. Find out one reason why, and when I'm saying why, it's your inner why, like what drives you and what motivates you. If you were to die tomorrow, what would be the most fulfilling thing that you would want in your life, right? Or maybe not tomorrow, let's say 1 month from now. You had 1 more month to live.
A lot of people just got very happy. They're like, shit, I'm gonna die tomorrow? Oh no, I have a month, I'm good.
So you have 30 days. What would you do in that 30 days, right? You're being true to yourself. That's what you really want out of life. And once you figure that out, figure out how you can build your business around that.
No, that's dope. I'm thinking right now like how what I do, and it's actually what I'm doing right now. So that makes a lot of sense. So like, what are some other things, or maybe some other advice that you can give those watching that they're college students right now? They don't have a lot of money. Like, what are some what is that the first 3 steps that they can take to like actually make a dent, make a difference right now? Because a lot of people are gonna be watching this video and then it's done, and then another video comes on, and another video comes on. Before you know it, you're watching conspiracy theories of like the Loch Ness monster, right, or aliens or whatever. However, you know how we get lost in like all these videos, or you're watching cats do funny shit. But like, what's something that someone can do right now, implement action steps to like just move in the direction that you guys are moving in as digital rock stars, as citizens of the world, as people that are living an inspired life and are inspiring other people? What are some action steps? Is there a link that they can go to? Is there something that they can do? So it's like, man, I'm inspired right now. I'm watching you right now, Michael. I'm inspired and I want to freaking take action right now. What can I do?
So, number 1, I would say find someone who has already achieved what you want. So if you see someone like Jason who's traveling the world, you're watching his Instagram stories and you're like, fuck, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. Find that one person in your life and just copy them. Copy the habits that they're doing. So you see Jason, he's reading books, right? Start reading some books. Or if you see that he's working out constantly, just do exactly what he's doing.
You guys can see that, right?
Second thing would be spend some time to read books. I really think that there's so much value hidden within those pages that no one's ever reading, right? As old school as it seems, books are a window into the most successful people's minds. And if you don't like sitting down and staring at a book for hours at a time, grab like an audio book or something, like Audible.
What would you recommend for like that fits this mode right now? I know you're reading some books. I know you're listening to some stuff. Like, what would you recommend people to listen to or download or read? Or
I love the 4-Hour Workweek. That's a great book building your business around your lifestyle. Second one would be The One Thing by Gary Keller. So the first one is the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Second book is The One Thing by Gary Keller, and that's about focusing and getting results in what you're doing. The third book would be the E-Myth that he was talking about, which is very similar to the 4-Hour Work Week. So 4-Hour Work Week, The One Thing, and E-Myth.
Nice. And maybe you can like give some examples of like where you're at right now with your business.
Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're developing a coaching program, teaching people how to start and grow their own digital marketing agency, specifically focused on chatbots and messenger marketing. So utilizing the Facebook Messenger platform to communicate with, helping businesses communicate with their clients, right? And so you come in as a digital marketing agency, helping these businesses to implement that messenger marketing platform into their business.
Now, can you tell people a little bit more about like what are chatbots? Because I think some people know, some people don't, and it's super hot right now. I mean, it's definitely the future, and you guys are on the cutting edge of this. So maybe like a couple lines of just like, what is it?
People like to make it a lot more complicated than it really has to be. Essentially, it's just another marketing tool that businesses can use to communicate with their customers. And so when you think of email, when you think of advertising like Facebook ads or Google ads, it's just another way to communicate. And so building as many different communication channels as possible and staying in touch with your customers at all times, it helps to build relationships. And when you have relationships, when people trust you, they like you, they're gonna buy your products too. And that's what businesses really want, is just to build that relationship with people.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but they can actually get coaching from you guys on chatbots, correct?
Right.
Cool. So if you want to like learn, if you have a digital agency, or you want to learn, you know, about chatbots and how to incorporate it into your business and really niche down on something, because when you niche down on product like chatbots, man, like they have 6 figures. They're probably gonna do that monthly very, very soon. We're gonna check back with them, but you know, hit them up, guys. You know, like if you're just watching this right now and you're just wondering, like, you know, what do I do? I'm struggling. I can't even afford. You know, I know 30 ways to cook ramen right now, and I know that was them. You know, that was them. And
I actually do know 30 ways to cook.
I've watched these guys grow from, you know, Shopify to starting their chatbot agency, and wow. But not just that, like when they were explaining chatbot to me the other day, we're at the hotel and I sat down with Michael and he was explaining to me and really like started like going to this coaching with me. I was like, damn, man, like this is money. I feel like I should like drop some money on this guy. You know what I mean? Like it was just mind blowing, because it was a lot of stuff that I already knew, but the way he explained it, it was just aha moment after aha moment, and it just drew the picture out for me so clear that I was ready to take over I was ready to just chatbot the world. You know what I'm saying? If that's you and you want to like be different and you want to, or maybe you're in digital marketing right now and you want to stand out from the crowd, you know what I mean? Like hit this guy up, hit you know, the chat bros up. Robots, you know, you know, hit them up. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much. Michael, appreciate you coming out here to the Philippines. Always appreciate you being part of our Rockstar family. And man, I'm just excited for all the things that, I mean, these guys are so young, man. I don't understand this crap. They're like 2 years younger than me. It's crazy. But I'm just excited, man, to be working with these guys, and thank you guys for watching. And we're gonna put some links below, and click on it and have fun and go out there and just live that rock star lifestyle. Inspire people, do what inspires you. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like what you guys saw, go ahead, click the link below and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Jason Lent, and thank you guys again.
Young